Welcome to Arcus Wing Commander. The Admiral wants to see you right away. My name is Aeneas. Click the top right arrow to continue to your mission. Click the top left icon to turn tail and run home like a yellow-bellied invertebrate.
I am Tech Morg Designation 108 Alpha. The Tech Morgs lost the Tech Wars. The process of becoming a Tech Morg was classified as a crime against humanity by Earth Force Resolution 27813. My cyber enhancements give me the cognitive abilities to unravel the mysteries of space and time. Instead, I'm here hauling this crate around.
Tip of the Spear Wing Commander. I'm Admiral Elay. We have a situation in the Outer Reaches. The listening outpost on Pluto went dark 74 hours ago. It was manned by Epsilon-class AI bots. These near-sentient bots were able to send just one signal before it went dark. Jotnar Protocol.
The Jotnar Protocol references Norse mythology where a powerful race traversed the cosmos intent on assailing the humans on Earth and the gods in Asgard. Its enactment has put in motion a number of set procedures. All systems are down and something is jamming all electronic attempts to probe that area of space.
This is Officer Ness of Naval Intelligence. She'll be your liaison.
They call me Jersey. Follow my orders and we'll get along just fine. The Second Fleet is preparing to dispatch as we speak. We have absolutely no idea what it'll be sailing into, so we need you to scout ahead of the main force. You'll be flying the SF-24. Tap the screen to shoot and swipe the screen to fire missiles.
The SF-24, it's the first of its kind long-range space superiority fighter. It is ideally suited to this type of mission. Commander of Earth Force Ship Warspite.
We need to know what the second can expect out the Wing Commander. I know you've only just arrived on station, but you're going to have to get up to speed fast, Wing Commander. You are to execute the mission with extreme prejudice against any craft that are not part of Earth Alliance.
Welcome to Arcus Wing Commander. This is TAC Ops. I monitor everything in the space around Arcus. This space station, along with our bases on Europa and Ganymede, allows Earth Force to dominate the outer system.
We sailed right into the maelstrom on Vic 1. The Jotnar were jamming our comms and we weren't able to warn the fleet. From the reports coming in, it sounds like they got hit hard.
The Second Fleet was split into 3 battle groups. The lead battle group has been totally annihilated. The second has fallen back with heavy losses and is making for Enyo Station. The third battle group was engaged and badly mauled just past Neptune. They're attempting to limp their way back but are being hindered by enemy action.
We need you to join a supporting action against the pursuing elements. If you can hold them, it should give the third battle fleet chance to reach Arcus.
Thea's mass panic on Earth. News of the Jotnar fleet and its rapid advance has spread. The Admiralty are paralyzed with fear. The Jotnar protocols are being abandoned. No one yet knows anything about the Jotnar, let alone what their objectives are.
I'll be leading the 43rd Squadron on the main thrust of the attack. You'll take up position on my left flank. I hope I can count on you.
The EFS Warspite is part of the 3rd Battle Fleet. It is essential that it makes it back to Arcus. Good hunting, Wing Commander. Well done, Wing Commander. You were successful in pushing the Jotnar back. The Warspite along with the other remnants are no longer being pursued. However, a number of raiders got past your position and jumped the 43rd. They suffered high casualties. Welcome to Titan.
Defend the hydrocarbon refining facility on Titan at all costs. Its liquefied natural gas resources provide fuel for the entire fleet. Without it, our ability to operate in the outer system will be severely restricted.
In other words, a strike here would cripple our war-making capabilities and we will be pushed onto the defensive.
I'm ordering our main forces to regroup at Arcas. So we have precious few assets to spare for the defense of Titan.
Still, that'll mean a target-rich environment. Just what a fighter Jack lives for. Aeneas didn't make it back from the last mission. We don't know if he managed to eject in time or not. You let too many ships slip past you on the flank, Wing Commander.
The situation on Earth is beginning to get critical. The stock markets have been closed following a run on stocks, queues have formed at banks and supermarkets as people try to stock up. Most cities are in gridlock as people try to flee the main metropolitan areas. Rioting has broken out at the major spaceports as people try to scamper off-world.
The base on Titan has been destroyed. It seems you couldn't hold back the tide. Nevertheless, your kill ratio is excellent, Wing Commander. The Admiralty is in disarray. With the loss of Titan, Command has ordered the capital ships to fall back to the inner system. Admiral Aylor has countermanded that order and is marshalling our forces for the defense of Europa. Forward elements of Jotnar are already testing our defenses. We need to strike back and try to regain some initiative. A contingent of Jotnar have been spotted on approach to Jupiter. We are organizing a strike against it now before it can link up with other elements. We want you to lead the attack. With Annius out of the picture, it's up to you now, Wing Commander. The Admiralty has gone into a panic. They're more concerned with the problems on the home front now than the real threat. We need a victory, and soon.
Never tell me the odds. Tip of the spear, Wing Commander.
We hit the Jotnar hard, but too few fighters made it back. Hardly the victory we needed. Intel expects the Jotnar to strike Europa next.
If Europa and Arcus fall, we will lose our ability to take the initiative in the outer system.
Needless to say, we can't afford to let that happen.
If Europa falls, Arcus becomes untenable as a base of operations.
That means there will be nothing to prevent the Jotnar fleet from pressing onto the inner system and Earth.
The Warspite will join up with Admiral Aylor. She is leading a battle group which will remain hidden in Jupiter's atmosphere until the Jotnar force passes. When they pass, we will jump them from the rear.
We need you to engage the Jotnar fleet head-on and fix them in position.
If Europa falls, the only option will be for the fleet to take a defensive posture in the inner system in order to defend Earth.
Europa is the outer region's main spaceport. The ready access to water has made it an ideal staging post for the home fleets. There is no alternative but to defend it at all costs. If we lose, the odds of us winning this war diminish significantly.
On Europa, the high ratio of atmospheric density to surface gravity means you can literally strap on a pair of wings and go flying.
Well done, Wing Commander. You fixed the Jotnar battle group in place, enabling Admiral Aylor's fleet to annihilate it. But a second Jotnar force approached in a flanking movement and has taken Arcus. Forward elements of the Jotnar fleet have already penetrated the asteroid belt. The Admiralty is committing all of its capital ships to the defense of Earth. Naval intelligence, however, believes a strike within the asteroid belt offers the best chance to hit the enemy fleet. There is only one problem. We need to know where the Jotnar fleet intends to cross the belt. This is where you come in. So far, the Jotnar have been able to evade our systems, leaving us blind to their movements and dispositions. We need to get eyes on their tech, pinch some if possible. The Warspite crippled the Jotnar cruiser near Saturn. It's currently in a decaying orbit. We need you to escort a special intelligence assault unit which is going to attempt to board it and bring back some intel. The assault craft you'll be escorting is obsolete, but it has an extremely rugged frame and has a good track record of survivability and is capable of taking multiple hits. However, this does come at the expense of maneuverability, so keep her close. I'll be on that bird and I expect to make it back, Wing Commander. See you on the other side. Excellent job, Wing Commander. The pinch worked perfectly and the boffins of naval intelligence are already shifting through the intel gained. With the fall of Arcus, law and order has collapsed on Earth. Fears a mad scramble to get on every last freighter off the planet.
In an attempt to placate the government, the Admiralty is holding back all our ships for the defense of Earth.
The Admiralty has threatened to court-martial Admiral Aylor unless she makes post-haste for the line of battle. But the asteroid belt offers our last chance to take the fight to the enemy.
I'll be leading the Warspite along with a small cohort of other ships through the asteroid field in an attempt to ambush the Jotnar.
You're to take advantage of the confusion this causes and engage and destroy the transports at the same time.
The asteroids should mask your approach and enable you to get in amongst the transports before you're detected.
If you are able to take out their transports, there can be no invasion of Earth. This one mission alone could turn the tide.
But without support and without enough ships, it will be a tall order. The Admiralty will be alone out there, and there won't be time to stop and rescue survivors. Remember, this is our last chance to take the fight to the enemy. Fail and the next battle will be the battle for Earth. Our comms can no longer be trusted. The Warspite will deliver the coordinates of the Jotnar crossing to the Admiral.
Admiral Aylor, in defiance of her orders, is leading the vestiges of the forces from Arcus on this mission. If you go along with this and survive, you could face a court-martial on your return. Still, how often do you get the chance to save the Earth from Armageddon?
See you on the other side.
A hard-fought battle, Wing Commander. We failed to stop the Jotnar fleet, but they have paid a price in blood.
The strike was our first victory against the Jotnar, but we failed to destroy all of the transports.
That means the invasion force is still heading straight for Earth. Rioting has broken out on a global scale. The military have had to open fire on mobs attacking installations.
Governments have ceased to function in any meaningful way.
The capital ships have started to form a battle line at the main Lagrangian point on the Jotnar approach, but the Admiralty needs time to reinforce it. Reserves are being mobilized and every last fighter from the inner system is being dispatched as we speak.
Jersey has a plan based on the intel which was recovered from the Jotnar.
We've been able to identify the signals which we believe are coming from their command and control ships.
They lag some way behind the main force and appear to be well protected.
Nevertheless, away from their capital ships they are vulnerable. If we can knock them out, we can strike a strategic blow against their invasion force.
A small force with a lot of firepower and bent on causing mayhem and destruction could fool the Jotnar into thinking a much larger force is attacking.
If you can succeed in doing this and draw off enough assets, it will leave a gap big enough for a dozen ships to sneak through and attack their command and control vessels.
To pull this off, we will be using some electronic warfare craft and as many drones as we can get our hands on. A number of these drones are nothing more than target practice craft retrofitted with basic weapon systems. So expect them to be of limited use. Yours is the last remaining SF-24 and will be key to pulling this off.
The Admiralty doesn't know of the plan. They would refuse it out of hand, and so I'm not asking. It means that if you get into trouble out there, you'll be on your own. If you are successful, the Jotnar will need time to adjust their command and control structures. It should buy our fleet some time.
Several command and control ships were taken out in the strike. The Jotnar invasion force has been halted for the time being, at least until they reform their command and control structure.
This is our last chance to stop the Jotnar before they descend on Earth like a plague of locusts.
When battle commences, the Warspite will pull away from the main battle fleet, trailing smoke and make like they're heading for Mars.
It will appear as if we've taken a hit. The ship is still scarred from all the battle damage she has taken and already looks the part.
You will have to stay on the blind side, masked by the Warspite.
If the Jotnar buy the ruse, it will allow us to bypass their line of battle and flank them.
The Warspite has been fitted with an experimental missile, a ship killer, which should enable them to take on their capital ships.
Your job is to provide cover. Take on the Jotnar raiders and keep them off my back while I get close enough to launch the missiles and take out the capital ships.
If it goes to plan, the Warspite will be able to spread chaos and confusion amongst their line of battle and neutralize a good number of ships. Of course, if the Jotnar fail to fall for the ruse, you'll be cut off from our line of battle and then cut to shreds by the Jotnar without ever getting close enough to threaten their capital ships.
Just keep their raiders off my back long enough and I'll do the rest. Don't worry, the damage to the Warspite so far has been largely cosmetic.
It's time to drop your linen and stop your grinning.
Birds are prepped. It's time to kick the tires and light the fires.
Well done, Wing Commander. The line held.
The Jotnar were repulsed, but their forces regrouped quicker than expected.
In order to defend the approach to Earth, Mars was left virtually undefended. Every last ship and fighter had been pulled.
Now Mars, home to more than 25 million people, has fallen to the Jotnar.
The battle for the Earth is just beginning, Wing Commander.
Are you ready for the War of the Worlds? I may have need for you again.
I never expected you to make it this far, Wing Commander.
It will be some time before the Warspite is once again fit battle.
I fear there will be a lot more dying to do before this is over.